There's a new player in the field of audio and music production with collaboration, and it's called Satellite Sessions by Mixed In Keys. If you record, mix, and master songs for other people, and you like to collaborate with other musicians to create your songs, there are several services available that allow you to collaborate and share your recorded tracks, stems, and project details. And recently, Mixed In Key has come up with satellite sessions that makes collaboration and working together much easier. Satellite comes in a form of a VST plugin, and it works within your DAW. And it works quite well with Ableton Live, Logic, FL Studio, Studio One, Pro Tools, Cakewalk by BandLab, and sharing and receiving the audio stems happens within your DAW. You don't have to leave the DAW. Currently, February 2021, Satellite is still in beta production and is available for free download. There are no pricings currently mentioned on the website or anywhere, but I found after testing it to be a great tool. It does provide 24-bit 48 kHz higher quality audio with no compression and fast speed to send your audio, not just stems, tracks and channels and buses, directly into the cloud to be shared by other people that you invite into the sessions. With a few hours that I spent looking into it, I found it quite easy to use, quite intuitive. It does have some quirks, but I think they will all be sorted out by the time it comes out of beta. So whether you are recording a song by musicians all over the world, or you are mixing for a client, or you are getting your song mastered by a client, it's no problem. As I mentioned, you can share each track, bus, including the master bus, effects channels, whatever you like to share. So to get a copy and try it out yourself, head out to mixedinkey.com/satellite and then download the VST installation file. By the way, I should mention that this is not a advertising or anything as such. As a disclaimer, I don't have any association with Mixed In Key or Satellite Sessions. I just found out about it and I thought I'll share the information to you. So once you download and install the plugin, it should appear in your DAW. And it appears as two different VSTs. One as an instrument and the second one as a plugin. And if my quick information is too quick, too brief, you can go to How to Guide on Satellite Sessions website and you can read throughout the online manual and follow the instructions of how to get it going. But as I mentioned, there is a little bit of quirk in the getting it going for the first time, and hence this video might help you get over that hurdle. But once you do that for the first time, you're good to go. So let's go to Cakewalk and open it up and see what it looks like. Here's my project in Cakewalk. Under plugins, you should be able to see Mixed In Key. And under that, we actually see Satellite Audio. That's one of the VST plugins you're going to need. But before that, you're going to need an instrument. Under Instruments, you're going to need Mixed Audio in Key Satellite Sessions. The sessions, if you haven't read the instructions, is basically the core part that communicates with the cloud and uploads and downloads all of the audio to and from the session. So that's the first thing you're going to need. So for that, I'm just going to drag it into here. And simple instrument track is the only thing I need to do. Now I have a track, an instrument MIDI track that is just there as a placeholder and nothing else. So let's click and open up. Now that's the first thing you can actually see, that it will try to authorize your plugin to the computer. And when you click authorize, when you do it for the first time, obviously it will ask you to create an account. Follow-up instructions of how to create an account. I opted to actually select and use my email account to create it. You can also use your Google sign-in to create the account. Once you create the account, you will get an email They will ask you to confirm your email address. There's a link that you need to click. Click here to confirm your email address to create the account as a normal procedure. When you click the link, you'll open up a new browser. You might get this message. It's trying to get into an IP which is 127.0.0.1, which is a local address. So I'm not sure how that worked. Whether that's a problem with the initial setup that Mixed Key is still trying to sort it out. But even if you get this, I believe the information from that link still goes into the servers that verify your account. Because as soon as I clicked authorize for the next time round, I had success. Because next time I clicked authorize, I got this following message. We said success. So I assumed the information was all correct. And then I was able to enter the information and click continue, as you can see here. So I'm going to click continue. And then you get the satellite session tutorials that you can again follow. You can click don't show again if you don't want to see it again. You can go through all of them. And I just get, I got it. Let's get started. Here we get the screen of to create a new session, join the session, and session dashboard. So let's create a new session so I can get my demo song onto the cloud and I'll be able to collaborate and for this project. Now, this is probably apparent in Cakewalk, and I should mention that's another quirk that we need to work out, is that when you try to type in, you'll see that you get all these other things because Cakewalk is detecting the keys as shortcuts rather than you being able to type in. So the way around it is you go up here on the corner and say give all keystrokes to plugin. So you click onto there. Now you can type in. So I'm just going to call Cakewalk demo song. And the key for this demo song is, I believe, a minor description, quick demo song in Cakewalk. And you can type anything you like, and we create the session. And session gets created. Here they are, a blank session with all the information. Now, if we haven't recorded anything, then and we want other people invited to record, we can click invite, copy the session invitation and send it, and we'll sort it out in my next video, how that's going to work. There's also a chat option, so you can communicate with the people who are in your session. So let's add our tracks into this session so the person who gets invited will be able to download and listen to them and add their part into this. So I'm just going to close that. So the step number 2 is to select and decide which tracks we want to share to Satellite Sessions cloud. And you can actually share any VST instrument track and any audio track, as well as buses. So you can only share buses if you don't want to share the actual tracks. You can, of course, also share effects tracks and your mastered bus. So any track, you put the second plugin that I showed you earlier under the plugins, Mix Key, Satellite Audio, it allows you to share. So let's do an example so you can see. I'm just going to drag the Satellite Audio into my drums. Adding stem. Again, remember you got to click the keystroke, otherwise you won't be able to type in. I'm just going to say drums, and I'm going to capture the audio. Click that. And again, I'm just going to do the same thing for the bass. Remembering to capture the things. That is something, whether if it's only apparent in Cakewalk or other DAWs, I'm not sure, because Cakewalk hasn't been listed as a DAW that it supports. I guess this is something they can look into. So I'm going to do to the rest of my tracks, and I'll be back in just 2 seconds. Okay, I have all the satellite audio plugin on all of my channels. And a note to mention that depending where you put the plugin, it will affect how the audio is captured into the cloud. So if you had, let's say, an EQ and a compressor, and then you add the satellite, so what gets sent to the cloud is after the EQ and compression. So if you want to send a raw audio, then you put the satellite audio plugin as the first one. So as an example, let's say I want to add my reverb bus as well. As you can see, I've got my reverb effect and I've got satellite audio after the reverb because I want to capture the reverb. If I didn't want to capture the reverb sound, it will be the other way around and you won't get any reverb. I hope that explains it. Let's say on the master, if I want that onto the master and as a final audio, as a sample, let's say to the person that is trying to mix my song, then he'll have an example of my mix, my rough mix, to work with as an example. So now that we've got that, let's open up our blank instrument track right here, click on it, and as you can see, these are all the tracks that I've just added, including my reverb and the master. And it's armed for recording. You can tell by the red sending it up to the cloud. So while I've got that open, now I can go right to the beginning of the song and then press play, and that should start recording the audio ready to upload to the cloud.
Roses are red, sky's truly blue. I will always stand by you. Part of my life, deep in my soul. Cherish this love only for you.
Okay, now that it's captured it, now it's starting to upload all of the tracks into the cloud as a session. And there we go. And the last one is actually my master bus. Finally, I can click and have a listen as well.
Roses are red, sky's truly blue.
That's actually what's in the cloud now, because I can listen to the reverb.
Roses are red, sky.
Okay, I can also listen to, let's say, the strings. So that's how it works. Now that I've got these tracks ready and I want someone to collaborate and add more instruments or actually sing the vocal better than me and or mix it and master it, however, I can go up here and invite, copy that session and actually invite the person to this session, which will be a video as, I guess, part 2. So anyway, Satellite Sessions by Mixed In Key. Check it out. It is free at the moment. I have no idea if it's going to be paid. I'm sure there's going to be some limitations because at the moment there is no information what the limitations are, how many tracks you can have, how long a session could be, and how many sessions you can have, and how many projects you can have. So that is something hopefully they will start to explain as they get out of the beta and get more information from users and improve it. But as you can see, everything is within the DAW. You never leave your DAW. And if you, let's say, updated your drum tracks or my vocal again, I can simply hit record and play it, and that will only record the vocals and re-upload the updated version into the cloud again. Then I can, of course, chat and let them know, hey, I've got a new vocal, you want to check it out and get a copy of it to the person that I'm collaborating with. Well, I hope this video was helpful. If it was, make sure you give me the thumbs up. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and all of that. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great time making music. And I'll catch you in the next video. Cheerio.